Hey everyone, I am so excited to be able to speak with you today, and I'm sorry I can't be there in person. Believe me, if I could, I definitely would. It's phenomenal to see how big the Brazilian group has become, and I love watching it continue to grow. I wanted to take a few minutes and just chat a bit about the background of the Mautic platform, our community, and share some thoughts about where we're going to be in the future. This way, when the next event happens, and I am with you in person, you will already know everything about the reasons and the philosophies behind Mautic. As you may already know, my name is David Hurley, and I'm the founder of Mautic. I had a very long journey to get where we are today, but I'll give you just the highlights about how I came to be a part of this amazing group of people and form the beginning of the Mautic community. I've grown up in open source and firmly believe with all my heart that open source software and the philosophy of open and transparent communities are the only true and best way to live and to work. I'm driven with the desire to see how the use of open source software can revolutionize our world and break down the barriers across cultures, regions, and businesses. I believe open source gives everyone the opportunity and the tools for success. And I believe open source can be done with excellence. Far more excellence than closed source proprietary software. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me back up just a little bit. As I said, I grew up in open source and really learned everything about business and software in open source communities. The biggest and most influential of these open source communities was in the world of content management systems, or CMSs. I started with the Joomla CMS. I was creating websites, building platforms, and writing complex applications for clients using Joomla. As our business grew and developed, our number of clients grew and our internal team grew as well. Eventually, we reached a point where Joomla recognized the work we were doing and the value we were able to add back to the open source community. I was asked to be a part of the production leadership team, helping to manage the software and the releases for the entire project. This was a completely new and exciting opportunity for me to learn how to deploy software applications that would be used by millions of websites around the world. And I learned. I learned so much through this time. As I worked in that volunteer role, I was also offered and fortunate to serve as the community development manager. I was able to spend a couple of years volunteering my time traveling around the world, advocating for Joomla, and helping to grow a global community. This was one of the most important ways in which Joomla has helped me personally and given me a rather unique skill set that I've been able to use even today. Working in open source and writing for open source magazines like opensource.com was a great opportunity to help promote the concepts and purposes of open source software. But it wasn't enough. I felt as though there was more that I could do and bigger ways that open source could truly change the world and the lives of millions of people. It was around that time that I became aware of the various business tools, particularly marketing, that the biggest enterprise businesses were using. This was my first introduction to the concept of marketing automation. I learned about Recado, Eloqua, Pardot, and others. I saw how these closed source systems were charging tens of thousands of dollars a month to an elite group of enterprise businesses and gave them access to tools and software that most of the world would never be able to afford. Naturally, I looked for the available open source and discovered quickly that there was nothing. Nothing. The entire market was a bunch of big software platforms that were quite honestly ugly in their user interfaces, weak in their functionality, and ridiculous in their pricing. And I got mad. I wanted to change things. I fundamentally disagreed with this approach to business and to marketing. And I knew there was a better way. I knew there was an open way. So I began planning how we could free marketing, how we could free your marketing. And Mautic was born. I came up with the name Mautic because I loved the notion that Mautic sounded like marketing and sounded like automatic. The idea that automated marketing or marketing automation was present even in the name was perfect. And Mautic is a universal word. It stands for open marketing in every culture and in every language. The best way to think about culture is to think about creating culture. And by creating a word that represented what we stand for as a community, we were creating the beginnings of a new culture, an open culture. We were creating the future. And this leads me to why Mautic was created. I've hinted at a bit already. The reason Mautic exists is simple. Mautic exists to help you move horizons. Not expand your horizons, because that implies that your current horizons just need to be pushed. No. What we're doing is moving horizons. What we're doing is moving the boundaries of possible. You're part of a community where we have created something new. We are creating a culture. We are creating a movement. And this is where I really get excited. Because in the beginning, as this was my idea and my dream, but nothing more. No longer is Mautic my idea, living in my head. Now, Mautic is an idea embodied by tens of thousands of organizations and countless people around the world. This is the turning point. When I say we are creating a movement, this is because the focus has shifted from my idea to our idea. I have become we. Mautic is a movement to make marketing open, to make business open, to make the technology that empowers businesses and organizations to reach never before experienced success open and available to everyone, everywhere. I'm sure you can see I sound passionate about this, and that's because I am. And not just me. The entire community surrounding Mautic is passionate about this idea. Here's the bottom line. We believe people are creative and will move horizons, empowered by open collaboration. When we start with this belief and understand we are creatively making culture together, we have the potential to move horizons. We can completely change lives and businesses. We can help one another succeed by working collaboratively as an open community. This is the purpose behind Mautic. Now you're probably wanting to know a little bit more about what our goals are. I'd like to take a few minutes to share some specific things I believe our community is focused on. And I'll break them up with some tangible short-term goals and then share a bit more of a bigger picture long-term vision. As many of you have probably already seen and experienced, we have just released Mautic 2.0. That is some exciting news. I know many of you have been anxiously waiting to see what Mautic 2 would do and what new features it would include. If you haven't had a chance to review it or look at the new stuff, I encourage you to take a look. But not now. Wait until I'm done. It's truly incredible. You're going to love it. Some of the most impressive and technologically advanced marketing you have ever seen. We've been able to create and release things in Mautic 2.0 that not only match, but far exceed what others will find in those old closed systems from years ago. It's revolutionary. When you think about the other marketing systems, you often tend to think just about email marketing. Too many existing platforms focus on just one single channel, email. I understand email is important, but it's not the only thing. If I were there with you in person, I'd ask how many of you have smartphones and how many of you use social media or SMS or other ways to share and find information. Shouldn't your marketing platform be able to reach your customers on the platform where they live, work, and play? Mautic is a multi-channel marketing platform that gives you the power of reaching your customers where they are, with the right message and at the right time. But the most amazing part is we are so far from done. We have a whole list of things we want to see coming next in future releases. And you know what? We have already begun working on Mautic 2.1. which holds even more exciting new features. Things like video integrations and account-based marketing and multilingual dynamic content and so much more. And I'm telling you, the speed at which we are able to innovate and create is unparalleled. So those are a few of our very short-term goals. If we look a bit longer, we see things like the Mautic Marketplace, where you will be able to buy, sell, give, and share themes and emails and other valuable marketing resources directly with others. Did you figure out a campaign flow that works very well for your business? You can share that with someone else in the community. This is a way for you to build your business around Mautic. You can generate incredible revenue just by creating tools and resources that will help and empower others. This is a major milestone for the Mautic community, and we are working hard to complete this. If you have an interest in helping, then I would encourage you to jump into our Slack channel and into the conversations and share your ideas and your time. Long-term goals include other features like deeper integrations with third-party systems, e-commerce integrations that do far more than anything else that's available today. Think about the weak e-commerce integrations that currently exist. The idea of tracking abandoned shopping carts is so far from the level of marketing automation which could be done. We are planning integrations and deep information sharing that will completely revolutionize this aspect of marketing. I could go on about the power of what we are building, but part of the beauty of Mautic and what we are doing is that anyone can be a part of it. Our community helps us innovate and shapes the future of Mautic. We build at the speed that others can only dream of because we have a global community of dedicated volunteers. Our community makes us strong. This probably makes you wonder a bit about the size of that community. So here's a few statistics which might help to demonstrate just how amazing the Mautic community, which you are a part of, truly is. Mautic is currently used by over 70,000 organizations around the world. We are very quickly approaching the 100,000 mark in terms of businesses who have discovered the power of open marketing. And we are growing at close to 300 new organizations every single day. This means a new Mautic instance is created every 5 minutes, every hour, every day. We're growing incredibly fast. But it's not just the growth that's incredible, the depth of Mautic is also incredible. In the short 13 months that we have been available, we've had more than 300 volunteers working solely on language translations, with over 45 languages currently in progress. I'm extremely excited to say that the Portuguese translation is 87% complete. I'm sure many of you are already aware of this fact. In addition to the language translations, we have more than 40 integrations available with Mautic, making our open source platform truly powerful. And we're creating new integrations constantly. There is an unlimited number of integrations possible with Mautic, and we're adding them as fast as our community can add them. So I mentioned the speed and the depth. Lastly, I want to share a few statistics about our breadth. We have more than 14 meetups happening all around the globe. We have users in about every single country on the planet, and we have Mautic micro-communities forming on almost every continent. As you are witness to here today, you are part of the biggest of these communities. I am incredibly excited to see the growth of the Brazilian community, and I cannot wait to spend time with you in person and encourage you to keep spreading the word to others. Our community is what makes Mautic truly great. Our community, made up of individuals just like you. I hope you can feel how special that is. I hope you can tell how important you are to this community. And we need more. We need more designers, we need developers, translators, business owners, marketers, writers, and volunteers in every aspect of the Mautic community. We will continue to grow and continue to spread. Our mission is big, but our passion is greater. What part are you going to play? Okay, so I suppose before I end, there's just one other little item I'd like to share with you. Just in case you're not quite excited yet, or you haven't caught the Mautic fever and seen the future of open marketing. We have some very big ideas coming up. And now you can't hold me to this, so this is just between us. And things are subject to change. But we are super eager and excited to begin planning the first of many Brazilian Mauitc camps. These Mauitc camps are an incredibly special time when the local community can come together and celebrate our shared visions, goals, and experiences. And honestly, I can't wait to join you for these events. Thank you for your time and your attention. I sincerely hope you enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy your time spent learning more about Mauitc. I guarantee you, it will be well worth your investment.